the Doraemon Exhibition Taipei 2023 features artworks created by 28 groups of artists. Doraemon is often ranked as one of the most popular manga series of all time. It was first written and drawn by creator Fujiko F. Fujio in 1970. Doraemon is a cat model robot who travels back in time from the 22nd century to help a boy named Nobita Nobi. Doraemon has been featured in TV, movies, and video games. Now, you have a chance to see the Doraemon Contemporary Art Exhibition at Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. The exhibition, the Doraemon Exhibition Taipei 2023, runs until April 7, 2024. The exhibition features artworks created by 28 groups of artists, including Takashi Murakami, Yoshitomo Nara, and Mika Ninagawa. The exhibition presents a mix of artworks from photos to sculptures to paintings. The theme of the exhibition is Create Your Own Doraemon. Each artist uses their imagination to present Doraemon in their own style. It's worth visiting this exhibition to see various interpretations of Doraemon. The Doraemon Exhibition Taipei 2023 is an exhibition you don't want to miss if you love Doraemon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English for You. I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura.
And I am excited to be learning all about the Xiao Ding Dong Show.
It's actually Doraemon.
I'm going to call it the Xiao Ding Dong Show.
Xiao Ding Dong. Well,
it sounds better than the Doraemon Exhibition Taipei 2023. That's too many words. I'm just going to say the Xiao Ding Dong Show.
Xiao Ding Dong.
Yes, but we're going to be looking at the Doraemon Exhibition Taipei 2023. It features artworks created, by 28 groups of artists. So if you're a fan of Doraemon, of course, everyone knows the magical space cat from Japanese anime and manga. What is he? He's a cat?
He's a robot.
He's a robot cat, time-traveling magic space creature. Well,
he's like Back to the Future idea.
Yeah, I was close.
Okay.
Everyone knows him. He's been around probably for, 20, 30, 50 years? Yes, and so he has lots of fans of all ages. And you can go down and check out this exhibition, this big sort of temporary show. And the cool thing is they'll kind of remix the Doraemon character, I guess, because they have 28 groups of artists doing their own version. So you might see
cool.
hip-hop spray paint version or Van Gogh oil style. Maybe they'll have a Xiao Ding Dong Mona Lisa done by, in the style of Da Vinci or something like that. So a very cool place to go. And I always think these places are great for shopping. If you have friends who are fans, you can often find special things in the gift store that you can't get in other places. All right, so let's get into the article. Doraemon is often ranked as one of the most popular manga series of all time. I am not going to argue with that. That sounds like a very true thing. It's been around a long time. It's very popular. So when people are ranking popular manga series, they often rank Doraemon as number 1, or certainly in the top 5, the top 3. When we rank things, we're basically placing them in an order of top to bottom, best to worst, number 1 to number 20, that kind of thing. It's kind of like giving a grade or making a judgment, but it might not even be that official if you say, my 3 favorite films are, and then you start with your favorite and go down to your third favorite. You are ranking them. You don't have to prove it in any way, but you're just sort of placing them in some kind of order from best to worst or number 1 to number 10, that kind of idea. For example, we could say Singapore is often ranked as one of the most expensive cities in the world.
OK, rank 这个字呢，它是个动词哦，在本课就是具有什么等级或是地位。那常常我们会用 rank something or somebody as something else， 就是将某物啦或是某人列为或是平等为什么什么。 像是我想到吃的话，我就会这样子造句哦。I would rank pizza as my favorite food of all time. 我在我这个例句刚好提到 of all time， 就是有史以来的意思哦。Manga or manga， 它其实就是指日本的漫画或是卡通，是个名词，以及 series 这个名词就是系列的意思哦。
All right, back in the article, it says that's Doraemon, was first written and drawn by creator Fujiko F. Fujio in 1970. This person, Fujiko F. Fujio, was the creator of the Doraemon character and comic books and everything that came afterwards. A creator is someone who creates. Exactly right. We have the verb there, to create, in the noun form of someone who creates is a creator. It's like an inventor. It's like someone who thinks something up for the first time, who has the original idea, who imagines this thing and makes it real or brings it into the world. If you're a writer, that's a type of creator. If you write music, a composer, that's a creator. We could talk about scientists like Thomas Edison as being a creator too. So it's a general word we can use for people who use their imagination, their creativity to think, design, develop, and bring new things to the world. For example, Charles M. Schulz was the creator of all of the famous Peanuts characters like Charlie Brown and Snoopy.
Creator 是什么呢？大家应该知道 create 这个动词就是创造啦、创作，所以 creator 应该你们就可以猜到就是创造者或是创作者，它是个名词哦。For example, Walt Disney was the creator of Mickey Mouse and other famous cartoon characters. 那我们刚刚有提到哇，这个日本名字 Fujiko F. Fujio OK， 其实它就是藤子不二雄，有没有？我们应该知道哆啦 A 梦的作者。那课文提到的是哆啦 A 梦，它最初是在1970年由这个藤本弘著作并且绘制哦。
All right, so now we know a little bit about the history of Doraemon. Let's find out about Doraemon himself. It says Doraemon is a cat model robot who travels back in time from the 22nd century to help a boy named Nobita Nobi. Doraemon has been featured in TV, movies, and video games. So there we get a little bit of an idea of the character from the story. He's a cat robot. He can travel in time. He came from the future. And of course, he's very popular. So we see him in TV, movies, and video games. Of course, along with the original comic books. That's how it all started.
OK， 所以课文提到说，哆啦 A 梦它是一只来自22世纪的猫型的机器人哦。那穿越时空到过去呢，去帮助一位我们应该都知道他叫大雄，但是日文名字是 Nobita Nobi 野比大雄哦的这个男生。那哆啦 A 梦在电视啊，或是电影啊，甚至于是像是 video games 电子游戏中都会出现。And also, I remember having a pencil box with Doraemon.
I think I had an eraser when I was a kid too. So there you go. Now we've learned about the history of Doraemon. Let's be like the cat himself, jump in our time machines and travel to the present, to now. What can we do now? What's the new news with Doraemon? Now it says you have a chance to see the Doraemon Contemporary Art Exhibition at Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. It's coming to Taipei, in other words. This will be a contemporary art exhibition, so a little different. You won't be seeing old comic books or, old toys of Doraemon. You'll be seeing sort of modern art. Contemporary means of the time we live in now. So modern art, basically, that's all about Doraemon. So this is an exhibition. As I said, an exhibition is basically like a showing of interesting things. When you go to any museum, they will have exhibits. That's another form of the actual things we see. A science museum would have exhibits about space travel or the dinosaurs. So if you see a poster, a sign, an advertisement for an interesting exhibition coming to your town, it's a good idea to find out when and to go soon, because often these things do pack up and head off to other cities after a while. So let's look at our example sentence. There is an exhibition of skateboards and skateboard art downtown until next month. We should check it out. If you're interested in skateboarding in any way, that would be an exhibition you would definitely want to see.Nice.
Contemporary 这个字有点难哦，刚刚有提到就是当代的，它是一个形容词。那我们提到的是有关 exhibition 这个字是个名词，就是展览哦。比方像是 The Art Museum is hosting a new exhibition of paintings by Picasso.
The exhibition, the Doraemon Exhibition Taipei 2023. That's the title. It runs until April 7th, 2024. So you have a couple of months. Try to go before April 6th or 7th. It will probably be busy on the last day. Go on a weekday if you can.
Yeah. 所以如果你跟我一样也是哆啦 A 梦迷哦，这个 THE 哆啦 A 梦展台北2023将展出到这个2024年的4月7日，要赶紧去哦。那这里提到的 run 这个动词，在本课上下文是指展出的意思哦。
All right, so of course you will see pictures of Doraemon like you remember him from the manga, the movies, the cartoons, but also other versions of Doraemon by other artists. And that's the real interesting thing about this exhibition. And we learn about those artists. The exhibition features artworks created by 28 groups of artists. Interesting. Including Takashi Murakami, Yoshitomo Nara, and Mika Ninagawa.So these are mainly Japanese artists. I don't think that's a huge surprise. He's been very popular in Japan, and I'm sure many of these artists loved Doraemon when they were kids. And now they've been inspired to create Doraemon-style artwork. So you'll have Doraemon paintings, drawings, maybe even sculptures, maybe even video art, computer art. Who knows? But it's like a wonderful way of taking Doraemon and then letting your imagination go wild and seeing what you can do to make pictures of this little guy different, special, interesting, and unusual. 28 groups, you notice there we listed 3 names, so clearly that's not all the artists. That's why we use this preposition, including. So when you talk about a big group of things, I'm taking many books on holiday, including the Harry Potter books, the Hunger Games books, and of course I'll bring along a few Doraemon comics as well. So that's a lot of books, but I'm pointing out 2 or 3 of the names as part of this group. Here's an example. Arlene has been to most of the countries in Europe, including Luxembourg and Liechtenstein.
OK， 刚刚有提到这个 artwork 就是艺术作品哦。那 including 呢，这个介系词就是包括、包含的意思。所以本次展览呢，其实是展出了28组艺术家的作品。
The exhibition presents a mix of artworks, from photos to sculptures to paintings. So yes, we would call that multimedia. They make art using all sorts of different materials.
大家有没有注意到刚刚句子的 mix 它是个名词哦，就是有混合组合的意思，而 sculpture 当然就是指雕像或是雕塑品，它是个名词。所以课文提到的是这个展览呈现各式各样的艺术品，从像是 photos 写真摄影啦、雕塑品啊，到绘画作品都有哦。
All right, so as we've already talked about, the next sentence says, the theme of the exhibition is create your own Doraemon. Each artist uses their imagination to present Doraemon in their own style. So yeah, they're using Doraemon as the sort of seed of the idea, but then they let their imagination run wild and they come up with their own version of the little guy. So an imagination is basically your creativity. It's that magical space in your brain where you think up new ideas, new concepts, new things to do. For example, Paul used his imagination to draw an alien spaceship. Wow, he could be either a space engineer or a science fiction fan.Right,
okay. Theme, 刚刚其实我们有提到这个字，就是主题哦，它是个名词。而 imagination 这个名词，也就是想象力啊、想象啊。像是呢，我觉得reading fantasy books helps sparks my imagination。所以课文提到是展览以我心中的哆啦 A 梦为主题，那每位艺术家运用想象力，以自己的风格诠释哆啦 A 梦。
It's worth visiting this exhibition to see various interpretations of Doraemon. Yes, if you're a fan of art or just a fan of the cat, you will be definitely inspired and find interesting things to see. The Doraemon Exhibition Taipei 2023 is an exhibition you don't want to miss if you love Doraemon, or if you love art, or if you just like to look at cool stuff.Of
course, and that's me.
Yeah.
Okay, 所以这边其实我们看到今天的 language in focus. So let's take a look. 今天 language in focus 要看到是 worth 的用法哦。worth 当作形容词使用的时候，有值得什么什么的意思。常见的用法有像是你可以用来表示值得做什么什么，那句型就是 be worth后面接 VING 或者 something。 我们先来看一下如果接 VING 的例句。 Studying abroad is definitely worth considering. It's such an enriching experience. 出国留学值得考虑啊，它会丰富你的经历或是见识。那如果 worth 要后面接 something 呢，我们可以这样子来用。 This beautiful beach is worth a visit again next summer.这个美丽的海滩值得明年夏天你再次来拜访。那 worth 其实也有用来表示价值多少的意思哦，所以我们常常会用 be worth 后面接上一个金额啦，或是数量啦，或是占比。我来举个例子会比较清楚哦。 This vintage car is worth over $100,000 now. 哇哦，这辆老爷车现在价值超过10万美元呢。
All right, we also saw that word various in our last sentence, various interpretations of Doraemon. Various basically just means of many kinds. All right, it's all in one category, but there are many kinds of those things. So a lot of people like eating at a buffet because in one meal you can try various kinds of food. Or people like to watch things on Netflix or other services like that. They give you various kinds of television shows and movies to watch.It's not just one kind, it's lots of different kinds. Here's an example. While snorkeling, we saw tropical fish of various colors. Oh yeah, there's orange, pink, blue, purple, green fish, all sorts of colors.
Nice. Various 这个形容词就是各种不同的。For example, there are various flavors of ice cream to choose from at the shop.那我们刚刚有看到一个比较难的字哦，就是 interpretation， 就是有演绎的意思。因为课文是提到说，展览中能够看到，对于哆啦 A 梦各种不同的诠释，非常值得一见哦。所以如果你是很热爱哆啦 A 梦的话，那么这个展呢，你绝对不会想要错过，赶快去就对啦。
All right, well, that's all the time we have for this little story about an interesting exhibition, but we do have time for our chat question. So the question is, what or who is your favorite cartoon character and why?
Oh my gosh, there's so many, but if I have to pick one, my favorite cartoon character is Totoro.
Ooh.
Because the magical forest spirit was my childhood imagination come to life. I remember when I first saw the movie as a kid, I really believed Totoro could be real and out there somewhere. And this is going to sound silly, but I used to go to the park near my house and pretend the woods were an enchanted forest where Totoro might be lurking behind a tree waiting to play with me.
And was he?
No.
Oh, too bad. Well, maybe he was. He was just shy.
Yeah,
There
maybe.
you go. All right, what about you guys? Do you have a favorite cartoon character? Have a chat about that, and maybe you'll find that someone you know has exactly the same favorite as you. And it's Doraemon, and you can go to the exhibition together. Well, that would be fun, and it would also just be good to check it out. So why not? Go check out Doraemon if you have the time. We'll see you back here sometime soon. Until then, all the best, and bye-bye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Rank. Because Stacy is very smart and works hard, she ranks first in her class. Creator. Philip is the creator of this piece of art. He painted it last year. Exhibition. Jenny was invited to an exhibition at which the works of many local artists were being shown, including the new smartphone model comes with several features, including an improved camera and a bigger screen. Imagination. With just imagination and a few simple toys, children act out stories when they play. Various. There are various ways to get to Taipei from Banqiao, such as by train, MRT, bus, and taxi.
智慧小补帖
Manga, manga. Series. Contemporary. Sculpture. Theme. Interpretation.